Hey there folks, Kozzi here for Pick 1, Pack 1, and for something slightly different. We are going to not be drafting, rather we're going to be running through the new campaign, Jekk's Bounty. This is the one that introduces the 16 new cards, costs you either 20,000 gold or 1,000 gems to get into. And yeah, I'm going to be doing it anyway, so I thought I might as well record a video and have a bit of fun with it. This is literally my first experience of the campaign. I have very purposely been avoiding any information on the internet about it, because I just want this to be a truly pure walkthrough experience. And then after that we'll go back and we might make some strategy videos for helping people out who are stuck on particular levels. This is pretty sweet, hey, I love the Old West. So we have Jekk's Bounty, Rogues and Ruffians, and a horse. That all of a sudden makes me think I'm in an old Spice ad. Anyway, life out here is always hard and usually short. Taking bounties doesn't earn you many friends. Now I can't imagine it would, but the coin is good. Nice to know. Let's see how you hold up when the lead starts to fly. And so what? We got mission rules here for what's going on. Enemy units are stronger than usual, but I draw a card for each one I kill. Okay. Well, I reckon I want to be running some kind of control list for that then, with tons of sweet removal. This is the Feln control list that I have to run in Constructed. Basically, yeah, lots of removal and then a resilient top end through Harbinger, Vara, Withering, which is part of the combo. But Champion of Cunning is the bit that really turns it on. So, you know, if you guys are interested in lists, we can post it up. Just put me a comment and I'll make sure I add it to the comments of the video. But I suspect when we actually get to specifically deck building for this, it will make more sense. And to be honest, these are relatively similar to what you find on RNG's website regardless. One or two minor tweaks according to where I think the meta's at. So, Rogues and Ruffians, any units have +1 strength, but you draw a card for each one you kill. Sweet. Yep, we got removal. I'm not going to be casting this for quite a while, but we have card draw and we have all of our colors represented. And I have a camper. Okay, so he's going to be talking to me. I wonder what happens if I say hello to him. Does he reply? Ah, how rude. I thank him for the game. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this in every video. No point in playing the Vara's favor right now. There might be a chance that he has a 1 health creature that I can pop and still get some value on. Hello, little 1 health creature that I can pop and still get some value on. And we get to draw a card as well. Nice and easy, taking one at a time. Okay. He's happy at me. Oh, am I being the bounty hunter? So I'm taking down the creatures one at a time. Is that what that's meant to mean? Do I want to have some undepleted power? Undepleted power. What am I talking about? Depleted power? Yeah, because all I'm going to be doing is casting Wisdom. Do I have any 1-cost removal that will help me in this scenario? Not that's fast. So yeah, we'll just cast the Wisdom at the end of their turn. So I have a choice here. I can either cast my Permafrost and draw more cards, or I can cast a Champion of Cunning who doesn't quite have protection. And I think I want to make sure that I get at least the Aegis on before casting them. So I think I'm happy to wait a turn. You know, worst case scenario, I take 5, but I'll probably just I'll Permafrost it anyway. So I think we just look for more cards. Yeah, unfortunately, the order of those have worked around the wrong way, although I'll be able to cast the Champion of Cunning, play the Feln banner, and that will give my guy Aegis. So am I meant to be the bounty hunter? Is that me who's speaking on the left? And this guy's going to get bigger and bigger and represent a very challenging lethal threat if they don't have a huge amount of removal spare. Okay, so that pops the Aegis. What I could do is I could Lightning Storm. No, I'm not actually up to 8. We'll disregard that. I think we'll just turn our clock around. If we're planning on playing the Bloodcaster anyway, and then cast the Wisdom of the Elders, we might as well cast the Wisdom of the Elders now and see what extra options we get. And I think next turn I'll be both Lightning Storming and Black Sky Harbinger. If we can clear his board and not lose too much of ours, then I can't imagine them coming back. Doing that before combat because I don't want to lose my Feln Bloodcaster to them attacking with a creature that has... or attacking into a blocker that has a power of 3 available. And yeah, this looks like a nice and easy warm-up one. Please disregard that noise just then. That was just me realising I didn't have quite enough light. And popping over and open up the lights. Okay, so that's not me. That's a different character. Is he like my Toto? My Robin? And sweet. So, Praxis Outlaw. Interesting card. I think it's something that plausibly I might be interested in trying out in Jito, although I can't imagine we want that many 3-drops in Jito. But that is the kind of deck that will run short on cards in hand. So we get the same background, it's just a different thing popping up. No worries. Well, let's move on to the shootout. You're still alive, huh? Maybe you're worth showing a trick or two. That's the first rule of taking bounties, is to know what you're up against. If you know when your target will turn their back, it's a whole lot easier to take them down. Remember, it's all just business. Apparently I was meant to be taking this more personally. Oh sweet, look at that! The little explosion thing on the bounty's gone. I don't know why they set fire to it. But, so when a unit's played, it deals its strength in damage to a random enemy. So I'm going to be wanting a deck with a whole bunch of units, ideally powerful units. So what kind of list do I run that is very, very unit dense? Monotime Warrior could fit the bill. That's the kind of deck where basically a huge number of creatures. I imagine that rule also applies for their units as well, does it? So if they're playing units, it's going to be doing damage to mine. But outside of the units, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of non-unit spells. You know, 42 units out of 75 is probably the highest density. Otherwise, I can imagine playing some kind of Jito deck might be one worth thinking about, where I just basically get to double up on my damage here. The problem is if it works for both, they're going to be killing mine very easily, and this isn't a super optimum Jito list. I haven't played Jito in a long time. I imagine I'd make some quick tweaks if I was to run it. I just want to quickly check what they said again. Oops, I'm too far back. That makes me think as though it's for all units. Okay, let's run with this monotime list. I really enjoy playing this monotime warrior. It was a list that rocked up on Reddit 2 weeks ago or so, and basically takes advantage of just going wide with a couple of powerful creatures at the top and tries to abuse an obelisk. And then there's also a singleton. Where am I looking? Vault of the Praxis to get your card advantage, and it basically takes advantage of being able to get out a really big turn 3, because if you're getting to 3 power, you're going to be doing it with 3 time sigils in this build. Hero Aegis could also be an interesting one because they all have Aegis on them, and that would help them survive in this scenario. We're a little bit short on power. We don't have anything to do in the early turns, so I think this is a redraw. And this is a pretty ugly hand if this is going to go the way I imagine it'll go. So they're just playing ultra fast Stone Scar. We'll hold up the Amber Monuments for now. If we get massively flooded, at least we can cast them. If we have a turn or two where we don't draw power and we get close to the actual units that we want to be playing, that's when... This is a slight problem with this particular deck. Take 0. But it also gives me the opportunity to see what happens when they play a creature and whether my own get targeted as well. Doesn't seem to be the case. So if we were to play the Time Sigil now, we could get stuck on force. So I think for this turn we'll just play an Amber Monument and wait. And if they do nothing still... okay, so it looks like they were just colour screwed. Okay, does go both ways. That makes this plan a little bit worse. What happened here? How come you didn't play? Okay, slight lag. So what we could do is we could cast the Obelisk, and if we wanted to, we could cast the Sand Warriors at 4, or we could just wait until next turn and cast the Obelisk again, which allows us to play the Displacer at 5 power and the Sand Warrior at 5 power. I think that's what I'd like to do. And that way, even if we're unlucky enough not to draw another power for this Amber Monument, which we'll need to consider how long we want to wait on, we'll still be able to get 2 lots of 5 power out. Oh, that's a sweet draw. Is there a way of finding the rules when we're in here? Or have you just got to have remembered it from before? I just want to see whether it does damage to a random unit or a random opponent, but it looks like I've missed out on that chance. I think what we'll do, because we don't really want to be getting... We don't need to get to 7. 6 is possibly a number we want to get to, but I'd rather turn this into a creature. I think we're just going to stay with our plan of holding on to this monument, because it's going to be 7 power when it drops. So if at any stage one of these hits my face or vice versa, that's a cute little interaction. Ooh, and Overwhelm works in this scenario. Okay, then if that's the case, I definitely want to keep this, because this is basically a massive burn spell for me. They'll play something little. And then I'll play something huge. And we'll all be happy. Okay, so it does also hit the face as well. Yeah, that's just gross. So next time we're doing 6 with creatures up. If they play a creature that we can't kill, we can put Predator's Instinct attack over. Yeah, this was a sweet choice for this particular matchup. And is there a way I can do this in a cheeky way? I'll tell you what, let's give this unit killer. And attack here. And then I'm going to kill you with my wasp. Totally, you know, useless, but a bit of fun. Yeah, sweet. So, seems like creatures with Overwhelm are the secret to that particular level if you want to be turning around defense into offense. Ah, Hone, this was the one we talked about in our card review set that I adore the art for. Cute little guys, hey. I think this card, I think it has a home. Badump-tish. I really didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm kind of ashamed of that joke. The inner dad trying to break out that I've never been aware of. Nah, I like it. I like cards that give you a choice. When we double checked that Mithril Mace had a slightly different costing to what I first assumed, then yeah, I've warmed on it a bit since. So, take it alive. You take the jobs you can get. Yeah, okay, I've already got this kind of Lone Ranger, back against the wall kind of deal. Some Combre Inkstain wants himself a real live dinosaur, and we're going to get one just for him. Just keep you cool on this one, and remember, alive. Thanks, mate. I was thinking about dead so often that I needed that reminder. So I used the Sleep Dart to capture the Avasor Patriarch alive. What is the Sleep Dart? Do you show me it? No, I just find out when I go in. Do any of these do anything when you click on them? Sorry, you're getting my slightly distractible and excitable side coming out right now. No worries. So if we're capturing an Avasor alive, is Sleep Dart like a special ability or something? What we'll do, I'll go to one of my old school favorite decks. Might as well just show them around a bit, hey? I've misnamed this one. It's actually just a Ricano Warcry deck. Okay, so I need to capture it alive. How much does that art look as though it's straight out of The Lion King? Like, the colours. It's probably closer to Pocahontas or something like that, but this is the closest to proper Disney art I've seen in a while. I think it's that use of teal. Teal opposite... It's not even an orange, is it? It's like an amber or an ochre. Normally I don't like keeping 4 power hands when I'm playing Warcry, but given that I've already got the Hammer of Might, that could help me out a little bit. Okay. So I need to get it to 3 or less, do I? And then use the Avasor. I hope they don't give it weapons so that it changes around my plan. We'll see how we go. Okay, so this is the Dragon Lord that I think I saw from a card review. If this doesn't work, I think my Queen Burn deck will also be quite appropriate for it. That way we can really control just how much damage we do on any given turn. I could be playing my Valkyrie Enforcer here, but I think the silence effect is actually going to be useful. So even though this is a significantly suboptimum use of my power, I think I'll just continue to develop out like this. Lightning Storm's the only real removal that I fear in these colours. It looks like at the moment it just wants to be ramping. I imagine we're going to be seeing some ugly things on the ground sometime soon. Let's get in. 7 damage, 6 damage a turn takes us up to 18. I could do 8, putting it on 8. I could do another 6 taking it to 10. It looks like they did put something back then. Do you want a chump block? I don't mind if you do. Okay, so I reckon that's, what's the 6/5 that's got Echo? Oh, okay, it's fine the way they put back. I was expecting to see more dinosaurs. I don't really feel as though I've seen that much Jurassic Park going on. We'll hold back the Vanish. Last turn I could have only attacked down to 4. Yeah, Sauropod. And because we've only got 5 power, so I wonder how silly they'll be. If I vanquish one, I can attack with both my 6 and my 5. And that way, whichever one gets in, it will be in the range for me to... I recognise I probably should have vanquished the bigger one, ideally. Yeah, cool. I had a heart in the mouth moment then as to whether the dinosaur is has a tenuous link on life and was just going to let things go in. But it's nice to know that it blocks as though it wants to stay alive. Alright, not too bad. This card, I'm looking forward to messing around with this card. I really want to make a Nesting Abyssor dinosaur jank deck for constructed. It's probably going to be rubbish, but geez, it'll be fun. Yeah, I play slivers in Magic, so I really do enjoy me some tribal decks. Okay, final one. Let's swap our super over to the stolen goods, and that was relatively easy so far. I hope this does kick up a notch or two, says he before he gets smashed 4 times with one deck. Okay, stolen goods. Old Wyatt. What a classic Old West name. Old Wyatt's a crafty one. Local smugglers looking to auction off his latest haul. They search you coming. Nice to know that we can use grammar to represent accent. My creative writing lecturer would be a little bit underwhelmed. They see you coming through the door, so we're going in light. No weapons. Have to make it up as we go along. What could go wrong? Your deck is made up of random cards that have no influence requirements. Okay, that makes life easy for me working out what deck I want to play. I think I'd rather have a different hand to that one. That looks pretty abysmal. Okay, so we can play the Lord game here. Hopefully we can draw up. Trailblazer will give me a random spell with Echo when it eventually comes down. And then whatever dies, I can grasp at Shadows for. That's not too bad. So Fire base, and they're playing a Seek Power, so maybe it's a slightly expensive deck. Wow, that's not bad. It's not junk, man, it's a False Prince. I'll take that any day of the week. I wouldn't actually mind drawing more Stranger Lords, that'll be a bit of fun. Okay. So this is, it looks like some kind of Stone Scar-like game deck. I think here we just play the biggest card we can. If they're playing weapons and... oh, of course! Wyatt the Fence, and he's got the picture from Smuggler's Stash. Alrighty, I know what I'm going to be coming up against. He's going to be getting a whole bunch of card advantage through his weapons. What's this? Wanted Criminal. The enemy player draws a card. Okay. Do I want to 2-for-1 myself in this scenario? I guess I still get to draw a card, so I replace the False Prince. I can always bring it back later. Yeah. And then if they double block, I can still create a 3/3. Yeah, okay. I imagine that they're going, if they're playing Smuggler's Stash, they're probably just as happy to trade off resources as I am. Oh, what a useful card. At least we're curving out relatively well, which, considering what random cards we could have drawn, might have been a lot harder. Why am I ruining everything? Oh, beautiful. Do I want to turn these into 4/4s? Would I rather just keep developing out? I'd rather use my power as effectively as I can, so my real choice is Elysian Trailblazer or Dusthoof Brawler. I don't know how the spells are organized in this particular setup, whether they're just, you know, you draw a card, it's random, or whether they've already worked out my deck of 62 cards. Either way, that'll be a bit of fun. You attacking in? That's a little victory there. I'll be happy to trade this off now. It's done its job. Yeah, they're definitely playing Smuggler's Stash in this deck. So how many weapons? There's been an Ornate Katana and a Life Drinker. Life Drinker isn't a problem for me. Ooh, that's kind of sweet. This is a new card from the new set that we haven't had a chance to mess around with yet. You know, it's still a straight up trade there. Yeah, okay. We'll offer up both of these as a trade. We're going to be dropping the Feaster sooner or later, and yeah, that was always going to be the most likely card that they cared about the most. Is this a fast spell? No. It's kind of nice in a way them doing this. It's a way of getting acquainted with cards in the deck that you wouldn't otherwise have a chance to play with. And we'll see if I get lucky in one of the spells I get. If I get Echo on a Dark Return, that'd be disgustingly good for me. Any of these I really want to play back? Not massively. Okay, so when he gets his Infiltrate on, the top spell will presumably be the spell that's been echoed. So we'll just have to hope that it's nice and expensive. That's good. If they do nothing else, we can then afford to attack in, because there's no way that they're going to... Well, if they chump block, they're dead. It really is as simple as that. I'm not going to have a chance to see this, am I? Because they're going to be forced to block here. I can do 9, 13, 17 damage. Oh no, they're on 18. Okay, I'm happy to go hardcore then. I tell you what, the Lathrari Falchion, if you ever want to see a great card in Limited, that's it. Unfortunately, I think it's too late for me to be able to see what the spell was that I got Echo on. Well, for random cards, we did well to get 2 legendaries. I think made our life a little bit easier than it needed to be, especially seeing what we could have got at the start. Ooh. So, how do you pronounce this? Nyctotraxion? Is that how you pronounce the name? Oh, Nyctotraxion. We talked about this a little bit in the set review. I'm quite looking forward again. Another card to try and build around and construct it. I can see it working with the Abyssor. A lot of those flipping up to the top and putting it back on the top of your deck. I can see a lot of fun to be had with that. So there you go, folks. That's... yeah, games 1 to 4. We've made our way through the Rogues and Ruffians, the Shootout, the Take It Alive, and the Stolen Goods. It's all been relatively simple so far. Granted, I am working with fully powered decks, and one of the things I'd like to do is to go through this again with budget decks and see how we can work through this particular series. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I look forward to moving on to the Praxis Fugitive and seeing how we go with that. I've been Kozzi, playing, I guess, not drafting, for Pick 1 Pack 1. And I'll look forward to your company in just a moment.